back to your mom and dad. What was your relationship with your mom like? Did you have a good relationship with your mom?
Yeah.
How did she support you growing up? Or did she?
All the way. Yeah. Oh, she was, I was.
Phil, for you.
Where she was. I was on her horse if she had to work. If I was, in the garden when she was gardening. If I was wanting to go, she'd read Lord of the Rings or Narnia to me every morning before the bus when we had time, or for bedtime stories. And then when I wanted to be a dwarf and mine for rocks, she'd walk with me with my little pick and sit for hours in dirt watching me dig holes, knowing full well that I was never going to build the mines of Moria, but she'd sit and read while I tried every day for months, or like it's snowing out. It's the middle of winter and I've built this little floating thing. I want to see if it floats. It's going to be a boat and it's freezing. It's 30 degrees wind chill and, the water's about to freeze over, but okay, let's take you out here and watch you sit on this thing and sink into the water and be frozen, but we'll warm you up in a minute. It was draggy. I told my friend this recently. I was watching some cartoon somewhere. I can't even remember what it was, but I'd wanted to build like a plane or something. So I took a red wagon and I started attaching wood to build wings. And I'm building a plane. I'm like, this is going to work. It just needs to go fast enough, because I'm sure it was so Mom, you need to get on the 4-wheeler and pull me as fast as you can, drive as fast as you can, pulling me behind. And she's like, this is a bad idea, but we did it anyway. She wouldn't go as fast as I wanted to. And I'm like, no, now we need a ramp. And so, it just continued to escalate, but she'd go along with it for quite a while. So yeah, she was highly supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get a sense from your dad that you would kind of go along with what he was doing and your mom would go along with what you were doing.
Yeah. Quite often. Yeah.
And that sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
To have someone kind of support the fanciful, imaginative, wild.
Yes. Yeah.
Adventures of a child.
Yeah. Desperately out of duct tape and cardboard Saturday morning to make something from the He-Man show or whatever it was, Inspector Gadget, whatever it was, off to the hardware store, whatever. She would give up whatever she could so that I had what I wanted or needed.
What's her name?
Marvell.
Marvell.
Yeah.
And when did she pass away?
A few years ago.
Yeah. So you had her in your life for a majority of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wonderful. What was your relationship like throughout your life? Was it that same way?
Yeah. Unlimited support.
Yeah. And with your kids?
Yeah. Proud of me as a parent, proud of them. Incredible with them. And refused to be a burden till the end.
Refused to be a burden.
She didn't ever want me to have to deal with. She wanted me to have a life that didn't have extra burden. And it's funny because that's how I felt about her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I wonder if she passed that down to you.
Yeah, she did. And when she passed away, I told my daughter, I said, the lesson we're going to learn from this is that
will it be a burden on each other?
It's okay to ask for help, but not need it. It's okay to need help and ask for it. It's okay to need help and want to do it yourself. And it's okay to just accept the help when it's given, even if you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you reframe, just take away burden?
Yeah.
And how do we say it's a gift to have someone else be along with you?
Which was
to include someone else into your tribulation or your,
That was the only thing I had to, the only thing when my mom passed to do was to just sit with the fact that I couldn't do anything. She took care of everything else. So all I could do is sit with the emotions of losing her and know that I couldn't have changed or done anything different because she didn't allow it. She didn't allow the joy of caring for her. Mm. She didn't allow me to go through she didn't allow anybody around her to know what was going on. And so she, in controlling it her way, she took away that opportunity for someone to help her anyway. Let that person decide if it's a burden or not. And so I think that's
how she loved you.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
so
loved
I couldn't
you
be mad at her about it.
That's how she loved you. And
yeah.
And you wanted to be a part of the fragility and the vulnerability and the transparency and the honesty of her experience, so she wasn't walking alone,
right? But
hiding like
that
you
was
did.
That was what she was trying to gift for me, and I can't fault her for that. I had to just in that gift, I just had to process it and move. Like, all I have to do is worry about how I feel.
Yeah.
And be there for her friends and but it was also one more shock. One more move, the divorce just happened. Like, it was just one more event in my life where I was like, well, I'm powerless over this. This is out of my control. It's just happened, and I have to accept what is.
Yeah.
Which has been incredibly valuable and devastating and somehow comforting at the same time. Like, just what an amazing lesson in how to be accepting of the things that you can't control.
The serenity prayer.
Yeah.
Part of it.
Yeah. And so my takeaway from it was that I'm going to appreciate it, but not pass all of it down. And that's why I said to my kids, I'm like, look, she didn't let us decide.
But that's toughie. Hey, I've got cancer. I'm going to decide whether or not you know about that.
Yes, because then you change how you interact, and it changes your...
Yeah, she wanted...
But
yeah,
it has consequences. So, it's sharing what's appropriate or sharing...
I know that's the way I want. Yeah. I want transparency. I want to walk the life of the people I'm around with full transparency, open eyes.
Yeah.
If they're sick, tell me. I want to know. That doesn't mean I've got to.
Right.
If they lose their arm, that doesn't mean I have to go chop my arm off too.
Yeah.
But I could hold the
scary.
cup.
Yeah. Because you don't want to. You feel like it's your burden to carry, right? She felt like if she. And I get it, because I see the information changes people's reaction to you, right? When you and I are talking and I withhold something that could be a burden or heavy or complicated, then you're not aware of it, so you don't treat me differently. You treat me as we're treating each other now.
Yeah.
Adding information is going to change it, and I can't control that. So it's a fear. What if you find out something and now we have a different interaction?
Some idea of controlling the transactions, controlling how people respond or how they treat you.
Yeah. Because of perception and allowing that to happen. But I could share it with you and also still it's still up to me to receive it and deal with it and to talk to you about it, right? The mature thing to do would be saying, hey, I've got cancer. This is how I want to live. This is what we're doing. I can't say don't worry about me, but you will worry about me. But here's what you're going to worry about. Yeah. Worry about the things I want to worry about with you. Right? Like I want to go see people. Yeah, I want no, but like I can receive it, right? Like you can be worried and I'm like, I can't make you worry less, but I can say, let's go spend time at the movies and not like I can invite you to be the way I want us to continue.
Yeah, to continue living.
Yes. Yeah.
And not live a life of, oh, the death is happening.
Right.
But no, let's keep making memories. Right. Let's keep living. Let's keep investing in each other, yeah.
But you have to go through that interaction, and it could be exhausting, or it could be, who knows, right? Some people are going to change. They just are. It's going to be a different interaction. And I get wanting to protect people from having to deal with that, especially if you feel like someone's going to want to help and they're not in a place to help, right? Or you don't want someone's life to change because of you, because you're having something negative that you can't control or that you don't want to control, And so I think, again, like, I don't like it. I don't like that it happened the way it did. I understand it. I understand to the best I can the reasons and why she was the way she was, but it still sucked. It's still, but I have to decide, okay, well, how does that work? And then now, I'm going through the same kind of thing. Not necessarily sickness, but with divorce and a relationship ending. That's, how do you interact with people that don't know? How do you interact with shared friends? Like, there's a lot of crossover in this process of also just dealing with people's own responses to what they think divorce is, or ending a relationship looks like. I don't want that input.
Yeah.
We're doing it the way we're doing it, and it's going to be the way we think best. And everyone else's response, including my dad or anybody else, they have their own concept of what that looks like or their own experience with it. Mm-hmm. And they're all going to they're going to have a reaction, but my responsibility is to not try to stop them from having the reaction, but it's to not accept their reaction as the way I should be feeling.
Right.